overall third pick for the 2026 pick is Caleb Malhotra.
18-year-old Caleb Malhotra of the Brantford Bulldogs hears his name called third at the 2026 NHL Draft tonight. Good evening. He dominated the OHL with 29 goals and 84 points in 67 games with the Brantford Bulldogs. And tonight, a dream come true for Caleb Malhotra after being selected third overall by the Vancouver Canucks. Here he is celebrating with his family after hearing his name called. And for him, this means even more because his dad, Manny Malhotra, is head coach of the Canucks. The Malhotras join Daryl and Ryan Sittler as the only father-son duo to have been top 10 selections in the NHL draft.
It's something I've only dreamed of. You know, when you're a kid and you're putting the same jersey on as your dad, and you can imagine you're him, and now I'm in the same shoes. So this is so special. I'm so thankful.
Ahead of the draft, we heard from the Brantford Bulldogs vice president and general manager who was making the trip down to Buffalo to support Malhotra.
Special day for our organization. Be the second year in a row that we are hopefully going to have a top 10 NHL pick, and third year in a row a first round NHL draft pick in the Bulldogs. So we're just so incredibly proud of Caleb. Whatever club ends up drafting Caleb is going to be getting an unbelievable person first and an unbelievable hockey player as well. But we're so proud of him.
Malhotra is committed to Boston University for the 2026-27 season. Tonight's first overall pick went to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Athletes and staff from the Brantford Bulldogs.
Mr. McKenna, we would like to draft you to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Stratford native Justin Bieber announcing the Toronto Maple Leafs' first overall pick, which was none other than Gavin McKenna. The 18-year-old is from Whitehorse and spent the last season with Penn State in the NCAA. He tallied 15 goals and 36 assists in 51 games played. The Leafs shocked the hockey world back in May when they won the draft lottery despite having an 8.5% chance to do so. Other news tonight, there are renewed concerns over the illicit drug supply in Waterloo region. Paramedics have responded to nearly twice as many opioid-related calls as they did by this time last year. With more on what's fueling the surge, here's CTV's Spencer Turcotte.
The opioid crisis is showing no signs of slowing down in Waterloo region. During the first half of 2025, paramedics responded to 438 opioid-related calls. Public health data shows that number nearly doubled over the same period this year, with 825 opioid-related calls.
While it's not usually possible to pinpoint the exact reasons behind the increase in overdoses, we do know that changes in the toxicity of the drug supply can lead to increased risk for users.
Officials say the illicit drug supply has become increasingly unpredictable. Sanguine Health Center's drug checking program has found fentanyl mixed with unexpected substances.
We are seeing an increase in medetomidine, which is a veterinary tranquilizer. And so that's very concerning. And it is really making the current supply even more toxic and more risky.
The tranquilizer causes heavy sedation, slows breathing, and lowers blood pressure, but does not respond to naloxone.
Still give them naloxone because there could be other things in the supply, like opioids, which would help reduce the reactions.
Kitchener continues to have the highest rate of opioid-related paramedic calls, but despite the spike in emergency calls,
the suspected drug-related deaths are not increasing in the same way that paramedic service calls are.
Public health suggests wider access to naloxone may be helping save lives. And while the closure of Kitchener's CTS site was a blow, Sanguine Health Centre secured funding to continue use of its drug-checking device, along with an exemption to allow its use with their mobile unit. But advocates say the problem extends beyond the drug supply.
We have this convergence of the toxic drug crisis along with the affordability and housing crisis.
Sanguine staff say the numbers only capture what paramedics respond to. They don't include the overdoses managed behind closed doors, meaning the true scale of the crisis could be even greater than the data suggests. Spencer Turcotte, CTV News Kitchener.
There will be an increased police presence in Port Stanley this weekend. Ontario Provincial Police say they'll be in the area to ensure people refrain from drinking or doing drugs and then driving. As the weather warms up, more people are flocking to the beach to relax and unwind. And police say safety and the safety of people around you is their top priority. Meantime, OPP are sharing the results of a major drug trafficking investigation with ties to the GTA. The OPP-led Provincial Guns and Gangs Enforcement Team says it received information from Quebec police back in March about suspected drug trafficking between the two provinces. On June 4th, police services executed a combined 5 warrants at homes in Acton, Georgetown, Erin, and Oshawa. They seized 46 kilograms of suspected cocaine with an estimated street value of $4.7 million, among other drugs and cash. 4 suspects are facing charges. And Peel Regional Police have arrested 4 people in connection with a fatal shooting in Mississauga in 2023. 29-year-old Brian Lara Alvarez was shot and killed on March 20th in the area of Dreamcrest Road and Alconte Street. Now, Schambert Hall of Toronto and Shamar Osborne of Wasaga Beach, who are both 22 years old, are charged with first-degree murder in Alvarez's death. Meanwhile, 2 other 23-year-olds from Toronto are both facing several gun-related charges in connection with the investigation. Police say all 4 suspects remain in custody pending bail hearings. Meantime, Peel Police releasing new photos of the man accused of killing his parents at their Mississauga home last week. Investigators have been looking for 46-year-old Jordan Sanguin since the evening of June 18th after he allegedly killed his elderly parents inside their home near Lakeshore Road East and Hurontario Street. Sanguin was last spotted in the High Park area on Monday around 11 p.m. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. A Catholic high school in Brantford, currently under construction, will be getting a new name. Earlier this week, trustees voted to scrap the name St. Padre Pio Catholic Secondary School, saying it was detracting from the community's excitement around the project. This is the school at the center of a controversial trip to Italy taken by trustees. Here's CTV's Krista Simpson.
Under construction and coming soon. But when it opens, this building won't be St. Padre Pio Catholic Secondary School, as the sign currently states. Earlier this week, trustees with the Brant, Haldimand and Norfolk Catholic District School Board voted to set aside the name that was selected in 2023. In a statement, Board of Trustees Chair Carol Luciani says the decision was made after feedback from parents, staff and community members, and trustees recognized that ongoing discussion surrounding the school's current name had, for some, detracted from the excitement and anticipation associated with opening a new Catholic secondary school. This was the school at the center of a controversial trip to Italy taken by 4 trustees nearly 2 years ago. The trip itself cost more than $45,000, and trustees ordered thousands of dollars in religious art. A subsequent review of the incident, ordered by the province, revealed more than $63,000 was spent in legal fees to manage the fallout in the subsequent months. The review totaled the costs around the art buying trip at approximately $190,000. Among the pieces of art, trustees commissioned a statue of St. Padre Pio.
The chair of the board says the process to find a new name for the school will start in September.
The board chair says students, staff, parish representatives, and community members will all be a part of the new naming process, saying trustees are committed to engaging the community in selecting a name that reflects the Catholic identity of Brantford's newest Catholic secondary school and inspires pride among future students and families. We are confident that this process will help strengthen the connection between the school and its community while building excitement for its opening. The school is currently scheduled to open in September 2027. The school board did not respond to CTV's questions about the estimated cost associated with selecting a new name or if there's a plan for the St. Padre Pio statue in a school that will no longer bear his name.
Krista Simpson, CTV News.
Downtown Kitchener was bustling with action this evening as a summertime staple rolled back into town. Cruising on King returned with vintage vehicles lining over a half-kilometer stretch. CTV's Heather Centerin was there.
I'm here at Cruising on King in downtown Kitchener, where there's live music, a lot of entertainment, food and drinks, and of course, classic cars.
A lot of these car folks love to tour around, and it's actually really kind of neat. They love to share their cars with people, and they're out here talking with people, enjoying their cars. People like talking and asking questions. They love answering the questions, and I think that's part of the magic of this event, just the interaction between the car owner and our residents, and just having fun with it.
It's called Cruising on King because it takes place on King Street, which is shut down for the big event from Water to Frederick Streets. There's over 100 cars here from across Ontario. You've seen a little bit of everything, sure to get any car enthusiast excited, from classic muscle cars from the 60s to sleek European sports cars from the 70s. Cruising on King has it all. It's an annual summer tradition in Kitchener for more than 30 years. Organizers say last year about 20,000 people came through. It's a free event and very family friendly, and it seems to be the most perfect summer day for it. Heather Centerman, CTV News, Kitchener.
Always such a good event. All right, still ahead, pushback against a plaza proposal.
This is where some of our most happiest moments are. We don't want that to go away.
Community concerns over development, the plans for Krug Street in Kitchener, and how two sides hope to find common ground. Let's take a first check on the forecast. Pretty good way to end off the week here in KW through surrounding areas. A little bit of cloud cover building towards the GTA. Otherwise, all things look pretty good. That system sticking south of the border at this time. Temperatures in the mid-teens. It is currently 17 degrees in Waterloo region, 20 through Toronto, 15 in Barrie through Mount Forest as well, 17 in the extreme southwest of Windsor. And here's a look outside from a little bit earlier tonight. As we take a look at the 401, it was pretty clear commute a little bit earlier on, as many heading out of town. It's not a long weekend, but the weather is looking fantastic. We'll have your full forecast and more news coming up after the break. Pushback against a proposal for a new housing complex in Kitchener's Rosemount neighborhood. A group of residents are raising concerns over plans to redevelop the Krug Centre Plaza, saying they're worried about traffic, privacy, and businesses having nowhere to go. CTV's Alexandra Hollick has the details.
Yellow ribbons line streets near the Krug Centre Plaza in Kitchener, each knot tying back to a community concerned about a looming development.
This plaza has been around since the 60s, and the developer has decided they want to convert it into 4 buildings.
The developer and property owner is Frewer Homes, whose headquarters are housed right here in the plaza. The plan is to turn it into a housing complex, a parking structure, and 4 6-story buildings with more than 230 rental apartments.
80% of them will be 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom units. We tend to cater to families, and we intend to cater to people, who actually want to live in these apartments.
But it's the people living around the proposed apartments who say they have a problem.
This is where some of our most happiest moments are. We don't want that to go away. I love this place. I feel like I need it in my life.
We're just concerned about the impact it's going to have in our neighborhood, because we don't really think that the current plans really fit with the vibe of this neighborhood.
That vibe described as quiet, zoned for buildings no taller than 4 stories. But residents worry the new build will bring more traffic, less privacy, and raise the number of residential vacancies.
We would hate to see an empty building here.
And they wonder what will happen to the local businesses.
They are including space in the build for businesses, but we don't know what that's going to look like at the end of the day, as far as what businesses will be staying, what businesses will be coming. We don't know what that looks like.
The yellow ribbons, a sign of protest, partnered with a petition pushing back against the project.
Pay attention and let's give your voice so that we can at least say we did have some input into this.
Developer David Frewer says he hears the community's concerns.
We're going to do it in phases. We would see how it goes. We would make sure that these units are designed to meet the market.
It's not that we don't want change, it's that we want to be part of it and participate in it so that it's ours to enjoy as well.
Please listen to our concerns, and hopefully we can come to a compromise where we can all be happy.
Frewer says there are still several hurdles the project must pass before shovels get in the ground. In the meantime, he says he plans to hold more public meetings and consultations to find common ground with the community. Alexandra Hollick, CTV News, Kitchener.
Fanshawe College in London faces a school year clouded with uncertainty and significant staffing reductions. The college's president says the changes have put the college on a path to a balanced budget and a new focus on skills-based learning. Here's CTV's Jerry Dewan.
Last week saw Fanshawe College graduate 13,000 students, with 6,000 taking part in convocation ceremonies at Canada Life Place. While those students will embark on a new phase in their life, Fanshawe College President Peter Devlin says the college itself is also entering a new phase.
Next year, we'll have a balanced budget. Next year, we're adding more programs.
$11 million in cost savings needed to be found to balance next year's budget, requiring some difficult decisions.
We're just about to close in on the final full-time reduction in our staff. Total of 500 across the 3 employee groups: administrators, faculty, and support staff.
There are still 60 positions to be cut over those 3 employee groups. In a letter to employees closing the academic year, Devlin said unions will be notified where the cuts will be made in mid-August. Affected employees will be informed in mid-September, and the layoff process will be concluded by the end of December.
Any student that's in a program will see that program all the way through.
The 24 publicly funded colleges across Ontario saw a dramatic increase in the number of international students in recent years. But when immigration numbers and study permits were cut by the federal government, it created a sudden drop in enrollment. That has resulted in Fanshawe going from a peak of 24,000 students to 16,500 students this fall. Devlin says he has no regrets about the college's approach to international students.
None. No regrets. We welcomed international students who came and paid for a qualification, a credential that launched them into a career field that was needed.
And Devlin says he sees new opportunities when it comes to labor market demand.
If you look at Canada Strong, if you look at Protect Ontario and the level of ambition from our federal and provincial government, every single road to that success crosses through colleges and polytechnics, and Fanshawe College is there.
Devlin says he continues to work with community partners to identify where there are labor force needs.
Devlin points to a partnership with the London Humane Society in their new headquarters as an example of how the college is getting more creative when it comes to skills training.
The classrooms for our vet tech and vet assisting programs aren't here. They're at the Humane Society. And it's just a magnificent example of how student learning comes to life in a vibrant, different way.
Devlin says of the 13,000 graduates this spring, 90% have found work. Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
Still ahead, flocking to head north. It may not be a long weekend, but with warm weather upon us, many are off to cottage country. We'll have more on the rush to get out of the city coming up.
Comfortable conditions expected tonight, but things are going to really heat up by the end of the weekend and into next week. Those details with your full forecast coming up. Stay with us.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, it was a pretty perfect evening out there tonight. This shot coming to us from Cambridge near Conestoga College. And you can see someone was out there for a bike ride. Pretty good evening for it. This weekend will be good too to get outside. It's going to be quite warm, and we could be in for our first heat event coming up next week. CTV's Ashley Bacon takes a look at what's in store for the weekend and in the long range.
Well, I hope you've had a great Friday, an absolutely beautiful way to end the work and school week. Many folks taking holidays now that school has ended for the year, and it was certainly a good day to start it. Sunny conditions and very warm, but things are about to heat up. As we take a look at our futurecast, we're seeing a bit of overcast at the moment, but we're not expecting any precipitation, at least for the next 24 hours or so. Now, of course, when things start to get hot, we could see afternoon spotty showers, but overall, we are seeing really clear skies for the next few days into next week. We are looking at temperatures dipping just down to 14 degrees tonight, so still going to be a very comfortable sleeping condition night. That is all set to change next week. We are looking at a potential heat wave by Monday. Tomorrow, 26 is the expected daytime high, feeling closer to 30 with the humidity. A UV index of 8 or very high is also expected. So make sure if you're spending some time outdoors, you're being sun safe. As we get a closer look at what's happening through our almanac, a reminder, 25 is our normal for this time of year. 35 was the record that was set back in 1941. And although we aren't near that today, we could be nearing record-breaking temperatures next week. So something we'll be keeping an eye on as we get into next week. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast starting in Waterloo region. A beautiful weekend ahead, 26 with a mix of sun and cloud for Saturday and Sunday. But by Monday, that's when things really heat up. 28 and then the 30s for Tuesday through Friday. So it's going to be a hot week ahead. Definitely a hot Canada Day. In Lambton, Kent, Essex, you're going to see even higher temperatures potentially. 24 for Saturday, 27 on Sunday, but then in the mid to high 30s for the rest of the week. And the overnights not looking any better. It's going to only get down to 23 and 24, 26 on Thursday. So a very hot week in store for us. In southern Georgian Bay, similar conditions expected. 22 with clearing clouds Saturday, 26 and sunny on Sunday. A chance for showers Monday and Tuesday, but again, look at those temperatures. It's going to be a doozy. 29, 31 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So, Leanne, make sure to keep your water bottle handy. You're going to need to keep hydrated.
Yeah, we certainly are, Ash. Thanks for that. And you saw Ashley's forecast. It may not be a long weekend, but many people are treating it like one, flocking to cottage country and surrounding areas tonight as the summer season kicks off. CTV's Rob Cooper spoke to a few of them.
It's been a long time coming for many people, a summer break north for a couple of days.
We're trying to leave early, get to our campsite as early as possible so that we can beat all this traffic coming up.
With the highways expected to be jam-packed for the next several days, police say they will be watching closely.
We've seen far too many tragedies already. 164 people dead already this year, and that is up significantly over the same period last year.
Police say the big four, seatbelt use, speed, distracted driving, and impaired driving, continues to be an issue on the roads.
We look for those high-risk driving behaviors. We see it all the time. We see it consistently in fatal collisions.
14 of this year's fatalities have involved motorcyclists. People riding their bikes today say it can get awfully crowded on the 400 on busy weekends.
We're a small target, you know, look in your mirrors, just pay attention to what's around you.
Gas was going for $1.57.9 for regular in Gasoline Alley today. Many people choosing to stay a little closer to home to save costs. Others not so concerned.
No, never changes my plans. Doesn't matter if it's $2 or $5. Just have a good time and be safe.
Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
Well, whether you're heading away or staying here at home, it's set to be a good weekend. Okay, stay with us. We have more coming up after the break.
KW's Bounce 99.5 has the music you just can't quit. Listen all summer for your chance to win. Turn the lights off, carry me home. With Bounce to your backyard.
The CN Tower is marking a very special anniversary tonight. The iconic landmark is officially 50 years old. It opened on this day in 1976. At the time, it was the world's tallest self-supporting structure at just over 553 meters tall. There was a special birthday party at the base of the structure this afternoon. Some of the attendees were at the original opening 50 years back.
I was 12 in that year. And I've been up, this would be number 28 for me.
Number 28.
Time's up it.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's something we're always guilty of, is not enjoying the things in our own backyard. And it's something that, maybe you have friends from out of town visiting and you bring them to the CN Tower, but it's an incredible place to visit any time of year.
There was a special light show earlier tonight celebrating 50 years since the landmark's opening. Pretty cool stuff. My favorite memory of the CN Tower is going up, the thing where you hang off the CN Tower. I did that with my mom a couple years ago, and it was pretty iconic. All right, we'll leave it there. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.